About me, but years ago, I was diagnosed with a sleep disorder. And like millions of others, I was prescribed sleep equipment. Did you know sleep equipment manufacturers recommend daily cleaning? That's why I use SoClean 2. It's the perfect complement to my daily routine, and it's hassle-free. SoClean 2 is fast and easy. It keeps my sleep equipment fresh every day without the need for disassembly. To keep the immune system strong, we should do everything we can to ensure a good night's sleep, including using the SoClean 2 daily to keep sleep equipment fresh. Try SoClean 2 risk-free for 30 nights. Order now and get $50 off. SoClean 2 is so fast and gives you peace of mind that your sleep equipment is fresh each time you use it. Call the number on your screen or go to SoClean2.com to take advantage of this risk-free trial and get $50 off.
It's America's Voice Live with Tudor Dixon and Steve Gruber. America's Voice Live.
Thank you for watching America's Voice Live this Wednesday, October 21st, 2020. I'm Tudor Dixon, joined by Steve Gruber. Steve, let's take a look at today's top stories.
Well, thanks, Tudor. Still no denial from the Biden camp that the laptop left at a Delaware computer repair shop is Hunter Biden's, but we do now have corroboration between the Director of National Intelligence, the FBI, and DOJ that it is not some Russian disinformation. It is genuine.
In a stunning move, the Pope has broken with the Catholic Church's long-standing position opposing same-sex marriage and is now calling for the recognition of same-sex civil union laws.
And despite the best efforts of Democrats to stall or prevent the confirmation of Judge Amy Coney Barrett, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has announced the Senate vote to confirm her has been set for Monday, October 26th.
And the second and final debate will take place tomorrow between President Trump and Joe Biden, less than 2 weeks from Election Day. Let's take a look at the election countdown.
Well, that's right, Tudor. Just 13 days left until the majority of Americans will go to the polls. We're somewhere between 30 and 40 million Americans that have cast their ballots already, but the big day is still November the 3rd. We'll keep a close eye on that. Our top story continues to be Hunter Biden's laptop, now in the possession of not only the FBI, but also Delaware State Police. Rudy Giuliani, personal lawyer to the president and former mayor of New York City, says he turned over the laptop, and it has materials that he says involve underage girls. This is why the FBI is looking at the possibility of child pornography charges and more. There's a text message I want to share, just one, to Hunter's father, in which he says the following, and he was discussing his sister-in-law, who for quite some time, quoting Rudy Giuliani now, was his lover. He says, she told my therapist that I was sexually inappropriate. This would have been with an unnamed 14-year-old girl that Hunter Biden apparently had an ongoing relationship. Sexually inappropriate, according to the text, according to what Rudy Giuliani is saying. And again, nobody is denying any of this. Nobody is denying it from the Biden camp that it's not genuine, that it's not real. This is a big problem, a growing problem, because it's not going away. And more information continues to trickle out. And the idea that somehow it's Russian disinformation was put to rest by the Director of National Intelligence, John Ratcliffe, already this week. Here it is.
Let me be clear. The intelligence community doesn't believe that because there's no intelligence that supports that. And we have shared no intelligence with Chairman Schiff or any other member of Congress that Hunter Biden's laptop is part of some Russian disinformation campaign. It's simply not true.
So despite the best efforts of those in the Twitterverse and Facebook and social media in general, this story is still making its rounds and having an impact. And let's be clear, if there is child pornography involved, this could get much worse before it gets any better. Tudor?
Absolutely. And the president says that there is so much corruption and potential criminal activity involved, and noted on this laptop that he is calling on Attorney General William Barr to investigate.
We've got to get the Attorney General to act. He's got to act, and he's got to act fast. He's got to appoint somebody. This is major corruption, and this has to be known about before the election. And by the way, we're doing very well. We're going to win the election. We're doing very well.
He wants this done before the election, Steve. Meanwhile, mainstream media is still downplaying the importance of this laptop.
Sure. Now, Joe Biden did stick his head out to get some air from his basement here just yesterday. Now, as you know, he has called a lid prior to tomorrow's final debate, the second and final debate. As you know, the number 2 was canceled because of concerns over the COVID-19 infection of the president. But Joe Biden did stick his head out long enough to answer a few questions. And even though his handlers tried to protect him, people want to know answers about this laptop. Is it real? Is it genuine? Did you have connections, Mr. Vice President, to Burisma? Did your son arrange for meetings for them to come to the White House and see you directly? Are you the big guy mentioned in some of these emails and some of these conversations? Joe Biden almost got away without answering a question, but then this happened.
Adrian, that's all the time we have.
I just have one more question because, Mr. Vice President, it affects Wisconsin.
So Wisconsin's Republican Senator Ron Johnson put out a statement on Homeland Security letterhead saying Hunter Biden, together with other Biden family members, profited off the Biden name. Is there any legitimacy to Senator Johnson's claims?
None whatsoever. This is the same garbage Rudy Giuliani, Trump's henchman. It's a last-ditch effort in this desperate campaign to smear me and my family. Even the man who served with him on that committee, the former nominee for the Republican Party, said there's no basis to this. And, you know, and the vast majority of the intelligence people have come out and said there's no basis at all. Ron should be ashamed of himself.
I, for one, have not seen a single intelligence individual come out and say there's nothing to this. In fact, the FBI, the DOJ, the Director of National Intelligence have all said this is credible, it's authentic, it's genuine. You notice there in his denial, he didn't say this laptop is not real. He did not say the specifics are not accurate. He said it's a smear job and that all of these unnamed people have apparently discredited it. Mr. Biden, please share with America and the world, if you would, sir, who are these sources that are discrediting the laptop that appears to be genuine? Because still, no denials about the fact that the laptop was taken to a computer repair shop in Delaware. No denial that Hunter Biden's personal lawyer went and demanded its return. No denial that the FBI has that laptop. No denial of the stories that ran in the New York Post or in the Daily Mail. No denial whatsoever. This is an important story. People want answers from Wisconsin, like we heard that reporter ask, to the entire nation. We'll find out, because I am quite sure, Tudor, that come tomorrow in Nashville, Tennessee, in the final debate, whether or not Kristen Welker wants it to happen or not, and whether or not her finger is on the mute button, I am going to guess that President Trump is going to mention more than a few times the concerns over Joe Biden being compromised by the Ukraine, by Russia, by China, and the criminal enterprises, he calls it, over that laptop from hell. Tudor?
I'm quite sure of it as well. Now, we know that the debate has changed a little bit from what traditionally the third debate is. Traditionally, there is a focus on foreign policy. That is not going to be the focus of tomorrow night's debate. We do have the issue of muting mics, but a lot of folks are saying that could play to the president's advantage here, because the vice president will be muted while the president has 2 uninterrupted minutes. And this is something that he can talk about at whatever length he wants to during that time. He can discuss Hunter Biden's laptop. He can discuss the contents. And I'm very sure that that is probably a lot of what this president will do. He will push back. It will be interesting to see how the former vice president responds. As you saw in that interview just there, he does get very fired up when you talk about his family. He gets feisty. He pushes back. So this could anger the former vice president, but you know the president will have his 2 minutes. He will use them as he pleases, Steve.
And I suggest he tread very carefully, Mr. Biden, in the likelihood now, as we see the contents of this laptop trickle out, if you issue a blanket denial that it's not real, when that's not being said by the FBI, that's not being said by the DOJ, and that's not being said by the Director of National Intelligence, seems like he is tap dancing down a razor blade. Now, for the topics that we are going to see tomorrow, we have those for you here because Kristen Welker, apparently in conjunction with the Commission on Presidential Debates, came up with a new list of topics which look amazingly like the first debate. Fighting COVID-19, American families, race in America, where I am sure they're going to ask Donald Trump about white supremacy again. Climate change, of course, a darling of the left. National security, where you can talk about Hunter Biden and Joe Biden being compromised, and of course leadership on the list here. But it does look remarkably like the very first debate and not like the debate we were supposed to get in Nashville for the final debate when we were supposed to hear about foreign policy. But either way, national security, the president will use that umbrella to get his message out. Tudor?
And big news as we get closer and closer to Election Day, we are also getting closer to that vote for Judge Amy Coney Barrett. Senator Mitch McConnell has come out and said that vote is set for October 26th. That's Monday. Of course, Democrats have come out and said that this is the most rushed this process has ever been. However, a lot of Republicans would disagree with that. Stay tuned, because after this break, we'll be back with John Schnatter, the founder of Papa John's Pizza.
This is the kind of card that has America talking. With it, people with Medicare are getting all-in-one coverage for their doctor visits, hospital care, prescription drugs, and more. This kind of insurance, called Medicare Part C, may also cover dental care, eyeglasses, hearing aids, fitness programs, vitamins, even healthy meals and rides to the doctor. With this kind of coverage, you do not need a Medicare supplement insurance plan. You will access your benefits through your Medicare Part C plan for one low and oftentimes $0 monthly plan premium. You deserve to get the most from your Medicare benefits. Call now for free information that may help you get more coverage for less money. There is no obligation to enroll. Whether for yourself or someone you love, call the number on the screen now. Call now.
If you're over 50, imagine you could turn back the clock on your stiff, achy joints 10, even 20 years. Imagine you could do this without products that just temporarily hide the symptoms and may have side effects. Imagine no more. Get your complimentary sample of Instaflex Advanced just by texting JOINT to 231231. Instaflex Advanced is different because it targets the root cause of joint soreness and stiffness. It doesn't just cover up symptoms. Instead, it bathes your joints in its unique combination of 5 key natural ingredients found in no other product. Key ingredients backed by 5 clinical studies. Instaflex Advanced is so powerful, you could have better knees in just 1 week. Maybe that's why it's #1 at GNC. But you can only get your complimentary sample by texting JOINT to 231231. Plus, text now and we'll include a tube of Instaflex pain cream with its exclusive oxygenated oil for fast-acting relief from the pain of arthritis, backaches, and sore muscles, absolutely free. Text JOINT to 231231.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and I'm here to tell you about my new product from MyPillow, towels that actually work. Watch this absorbency test. Here's another towel that we randomly went out and bought. Here's one of my towels with the nice design. I don't know if you can see this, but you could line a swimming pool with this. I mean, this is crazy. Get rid of it. Towels that actually work. What a concept.
I really love the towels. They're really great. They're super absorbent. Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen right now. The new MyPillow towels are exclusively made with 100% USA combed cotton with proprietary technology and with maximum absorbency. They dry you faster and are guaranteed to work. And listen to this. Use the promo code on your screen and Mike will include a second full towel set with bath towel, hand towel, and washcloth absolutely free. That's 2 MyPillow towel sets for the price of 1 in your choice of color.
I personally guarantee they're going to be the best towels you'll ever own.
Order now.
Welcome back to America's Voice Live. Steve, as we're talking about all of this unraveling with Hunter Biden right now, the significance of just these text messages about a young 14-year-old girl in an administration that right now is putting hundreds of millions of dollars into sex trafficking. And we know that Hunter Biden has already been connected to sex trafficking. Now we have these folks that are coming out and telling the president he has to disavow QAnon. I'm sure you've heard these stories that he has to disavow QAnon, say that this is a conspiracy theory. And it's well known for going after the deep state and pedophilia. Now, they say that this does not occur in the deep state. This would say something different, Steve, when we're hearing that Hunter Biden had an ongoing relationship with a 14-year-old girl, but not just one 14-year-old girl. There are several photos, according to Rudy Giuliani, on this laptop of several young females that are well underage in compromising positions, which would indicate that he has child pornography on this laptop, also a criminal act. So when the president says that he wants AG Barr going after this, we all know this is a very sensitive issue for this president. He has come out from day one and said he would fight against sex trafficking, he would fight against pedophilia and the abuse of children. This is going to be a big deal for him.
It is potentially damaging to the election prospects of Joe Biden. The brand new polling from the IBD TIP poll is very telling as it is today. It's the most accurate poll from 2016, according to some. It's one of the two polls that I look at closely each day. IBD TIP now shows that Joe Biden's approval with voters has fallen dramatically in just the last 7 days. He's fallen to 48.1%, the president at 45.8%, meaning they are separated now by just 2.3%. Now, I want to remind you, in 2016, Hillary Clinton led in the IBD TIP poll by 2.1% on Election Day. So they're right about where they were on Election Day. Now, with 13 days to go and a debate tomorrow night, a lot of things can happen, of course. A lot of changes can happen. A day is an eternity in politics. But what you're saying, Tudor, is very true. If damning evidence comes rolling out from the laptop of Hunter Biden in the last few moments of this campaign, it could change enough votes to change the outcome of this election. We've already seen that new polling shows that 53% of Americans, according to Gallup, believe that Joe Biden should have seen the conflict of interest and that him working with Ukraine and his son was a conflict of interest. That's what the majority of Americans think already. So as you look at the fact that we have just 13 days to go, will this be an October surprise? Obviously, the liberal media, the Democrats working overtime to try to discredit this, call it Russian disinformation, and to discredit Rudy Giuliani. It's amazing to me. Rudy Giuliani was America's mayor, a go-to guy, a former federal prosecutor. And right here on this program told us both, Tudor, that he's never seen a better RICO case with evidence in his life. And I'm not talking about the child pornography questions. I'm talking about the direct connections between Ukraine, payments to Hunter Biden, and then directives that apparently lead money back to Joe Biden himself. Not to mention James Biden, his brother, his sister-in-law, and a host of other folks in Biden world, all collecting money and getting handsome payments. I mean, let's look at all the money that's transferred over, tens of millions of dollars. And again, this laptop not going into that good night easily. And again, we're quite sure that come tomorrow, President Trump, given that 2 minutes with Joe Biden's mic muted, how many times has that happened? 6? That gives him 12 unadulterated minutes to talk about Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, dirty deals, and possibly child pornography. Tudor?
Let me ask you something, because we had a poll come out yesterday, a Rasmussen poll come out yesterday, and showing Ohio is just 1 percentage point away if you're adding in people who are leaning toward Trump. So you have Biden at 49%, you have Trump at 47%, but if you add that other one in, you have them just 1% apart from one another. So you have 48 and you have Trump at 47. You have with the undecided, you have 2 percentage points. Ohio, if Ohio goes for Trump, right now we're seeing Michigan, we're seeing Florida leaning toward Trump. Just yesterday, there was a massive truck parade in Miami. In Miami, of all places, you have a massive truck parade for the president. You have Ohio going pretty much for the president at this point. Now, the question mark, of course, is Pennsylvania. People are very upset about what happened with Pennsylvania. What do you think will happen?
Let me give you some of the numbers that really matter right now, Tudor, and to everybody watching. You mentioned Ohio. Ohio has had some recent polling showing the president ahead. I would expect the president to repeat in Ohio, and no Republican has been elected any time in recent times without carrying Ohio. I would suspect he does it. So I'm going to go with the given. He's ahead in several polls in Florida. The average from Real Clear Politics shows that it's very close, but I'm going to say the president carries Florida. He carries Ohio because as you look at all of those polls, you'll find somewhere between 2.5% and 3.5% undecided. I believe most of those folks are going to break for the president. Now, in North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, if you look at October 21st, 2016, and look at the lead that Hillary Clinton had on this date 4 years ago, and compare it to Joe Biden, those 5 states right off the top of my head, Joe Biden is doing significantly worse. Let me give you one example. Pennsylvania, key state, 20 electoral votes. Key to the president's victory in 2016. On this date in 2016, Hillary Clinton had a lead of 7.2%. Today, Joe Biden has a lead of 3.8%. That's the Real Clear Politics average. And so even if you don't like polls, don't believe in polls, don't follow polls, the trend is quite clear. Joe Biden is much weaker as a candidate than Hillary Clinton. It's undeniable.
Well, when you have President Obama coming out and campaigning for him, it's a sign that they're trying to bring in the big guns to get the voice out there, because generally past presidents don't campaign for the next guy, but here we have a different election. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Feel like you live a lot of your life online? The average person is connected almost 7 hours a day. And all that shopping, banking, browsing, and sharing can mean exposing your personal information. In fact, 64% of adults admit to risking online privacy for convenience. Is it any wonder that 26% of people had malware on one of their devices? Or that there's a victim of identity theft every 3 seconds? Your digital life may be in lots of places, but there's one place to help keep it safe. Norton 360 with LifeLock. With security to help block hackers from your devices, a VPN to help keep your online activity private, and LifeLock identity theft protection. Now, you can get up to 25% off your first year of Norton 360 with LifeLock with promo code TV offer. Call to start your membership or visit lifelock.com/TV offer.
So, Frank, you're the big hurt. Why do you need Nugenics?
After 40, a guy loses free testosterone. Even me. I couldn't stay in shape like I used to.
Frank. So does Nugenics really work?
Oh, yeah. My workouts are incredible now. I'm feeling stronger, more energetic, with a lot more drive.
Frank. So, say I knew someone who should try Nugenics. How does he do that?
It's easy. Just send a text to get a complimentary bottle.
Frank's right. Now you can claim a complimentary bottle of award-winning Nugenics by texting BUFF to 42424. Its unique formula is powered by Testofen, a patented key ingredient clinically researched to help a man feel stronger, leaner, more energetic, and more passionate. Text BUFF to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenics Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of new Nugenics Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. That's BUFF to 42424.
If you're over 50, imagine you could turn back the clock on your stiff, achy joints 10, even 20 years. Imagine you could do this without products that just temporarily hide the symptoms and may have side effects. Imagine no more. Get your complimentary sample of Instaflex Advanced just by texting JOINT to 231231. Instaflex Advanced is different because it targets the root cause of joint soreness and stiffness. It doesn't just cover up symptoms. Instead, it bathes your joints in its unique combination of 5 key natural ingredients found in no other product. Key ingredients backed by 5 clinical studies. Instaflex Advanced is so powerful, you could have better knees in just 1 week. Maybe that's why it's #1 at GNC. But you can only get your complimentary sample by texting JOINT to 231231. Plus, text now and we'll include a tube of Instaflex pain cream with its exclusive oxygenated oil for fast-acting relief from the pain of arthritis, backaches, and sore muscles, absolutely free. Text JOINT to 231231.
The president is not slowing down. He is out on the road again today in North Carolina, where he will be holding a rally later today. We, of course, have our own correspondent there, Amanda Head. Let's head out to Amanda now. Amanda, tell us what it's like out there on the ground in North Carolina. Is there still a lot of excitement for this president?
Hi, Tudor. Yes, indeed. There is a lot of excitement for the president to be here. It has been relatively fall weather here, according to a couple of sheriffs that we spoke to on the way into the area where the rally is taking place. But apparently President Trump brought the heat, because not only have the temperatures gone up, but the population of this town, Gastonia, of 77,000 has definitely gone up as well. A couple different issues feeding into this election here. You've got Republican incumbent Senator Tom Tillis up against Cal Cunningham. The margin between the two of those, Cal Cunningham was up by as much as 8 points at one point in the last few weeks, but then some salacious text messages went public of Cal Cunningham communicating with a woman from California in an apparent extramarital affair, which has closed the margin just a little bit within a couple points. Now, Tom Tillis only won in his last election by 1.6 points, so it's going to be a rough go for him here. Democrat Governor Roy Cooper, if you guys remember, the RNC convention was supposed to be here, but because of Roy Governor's policies statewide regarding coronavirus, President Trump pulled the plug, the RNC pulled the plug and said, we're going elsewhere. So there are a lot of businesses in Charlotte that were pretty upset and hit hard financially by the lack of impact. You know, when you have a convention like that here and you have 100,000 people descend upon a city, you can imagine that boosts the economy a little bit. But Roy Cooper also caught on a hot mic moment telling Joe Biden just a few days ago, I think we're going to all get across the line. I think Cal is going to get across the line too. That's Cal Cunningham. I know that's frustrating, but we'll get him. We'll get him across. So, yes, the greatest campaign slogan ever will drag him across the finish line. But people here are very excited to see the president. The top three issues here in North Carolina, the economy, healthcare, and the political climate, which is interesting. It seems that a lot of North Carolinians still care about civility, even in politics, and that is what they are looking at in 2020 and what they're going to be voting on November 3rd.
All right, Amanda Head, live in North Carolina. Thank you for that report, Amanda. Greatly appreciate that. One other thing she did not mention that we should take note of that's happening in Florida, in Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and other battleground states. Republicans are winning the battle of getting new voters registered, winning widely, in fact, and so that could play out in the favor of the Republicans in North Carolina. As she mentioned, the race very tight. Let's take a close look at the most recent poll in North Carolina. It shows Joe Biden with a 1-point lead over the president coming into November 3rd, 49% to 48%, and that means they're tied. And if you take into account undecided voters, and if you believe, as some pollsters do, that those undecided voters are actually shy Trump voters, then that victory of 1.6% in 2016 looks like it might be close to the same in 2020. Tudor?
Yes, I think the Cal Cunningham race is interesting. I also want to bring something up that I wanted to discuss with you, I think is also interesting. Here in Michigan, we were told vote by mail, vote by mail, vote by mail. It's so important. Get your absentee ballot. Now, 3 million were requested. Only 1.5 were returned so far. Now we have the Secretary of State, while we're supposedly in an uptick of COVID, saying, do not put those in the mail. We've decided that's a bad idea. Make sure you go to the polling place, drop it in the box, go to a drop box, give it to your clerk, make sure you hand it to somebody, have that contact with another person, even though cases are up, because we want your vote. Don't you think that's a strange change of opinion so quickly right before the election, Steve?
There's no question. In fact, the number of cases of those people testing positive, above 2,000 twice in the last 3 or 4 days. By far the largest days for new cases reported in the state of Michigan. And yet the Secretary of State comes out and says, you need to go and vote in person, because if you vote by mail now, it may not make it in time. I thought the whole premise behind voting by mail was to keep people safe, to make sure they weren't exposed to the virus. And here we are with the biggest uptick of the entire pandemic, and the Democrats are saying, no. Go vote in person. Yeah, a little bit hypocritical. It's America's Voice Live.
Do you have any idea how your mattress affects your body and how well you sleep? is it? Go to MyPillow.com or call now to get your very own MyPillow mattress topper. Use the promo code and Mike will give you 30% off and 2 standard MyPillows absolutely free. Order now.
MyPillow topper delivers on its promise to give me a better night's sleep.
I can sleep all night through, and it's a miracle for me.
Mike's exclusive 3-layer design starts with a layer of MyPillow foam, providing you superior support and comfort. The second layer of transitional foam evenly distributes body weight and helps relieve uncomfortable pressure points for optimal comfort. Mike's ultra soft outer layer is a patented temperature-regulating cover that helps keep you at your ideal sleeping temperature all night long. Unlike other sleep systems costing thousands, the MyPillow mattress topper takes comfort to a whole new level without any wires, remotes, or moving parts. Call now or go to MyPillow.com to order your MyPillow topper. Use the promo code to save 30%. When you do, Mike will give you 2 of his standard MyPillows absolutely free. That's right, 2 standard MyPillows free and 30% off your MyPillow topper today. Order now.
I personally guarantee it's going to change your bed into the most comfortable bed you'll ever own.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
Hello, I'm William Shatner, and you may not know this about me, but years ago, I was diagnosed with a sleep disorder. And like millions of others, I was prescribed sleep equipment. Did you know sleep equipment manufacturers recommend daily cleaning? That's why I use SoClean 2. It's the perfect complement to my daily routine, and it's hassle-free. SoClean 2 is fast and easy. It keeps my sleep equipment fresh every day without the need for disassembly. To keep the immune system strong, we should do everything we can to ensure a good night's sleep, including using the SoClean 2 daily to keep sleep equipment fresh. Try SoClean 2 risk-free for 30 nights. Order now and get $50 off. SoClean 2 is so fast and gives you peace of mind that your sleep equipment is fresh each time you use it. Call the number on your screen or go to SoClean2.com to take advantage of this risk-free trial and get $50 off. Call now.
The most compelling story right now at the top of the page is still Hunter Biden. The Democrats and the liberals and the mainstream media, the elite media, have tried their level best to make it go away. Social media tried to bury the story altogether from the New York Post, but it continues to fester. And the fact of the matter is nobody in the Biden camp has denied the authenticity of the computer, the laptop, the hard drive, the text messages, the emails, the videos, the implications that Hunter Biden may have been involved with underage girls, the implications that Hunter Biden may have been paying off his own father, then Vice President Joe Biden, on the lucrative deals he got in Ukraine and China and elsewhere. Joining me is John Hayward, the National Security Deputy Editor for Breitbart, to talk more about it. John, welcome to the program.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
You know, it is remarkable that so far Joe Biden has called it a smear job. But he has not come out and said, this is just malarkey. This is not real. This is a fraud. They've tried to say, well, it's Russian disinformation. But the Department of Justice, the FBI, and John Ratcliffe, the Director of National Intelligence, all say that's simply not true. What do you make of it?
Well, it's interesting how that was so thoroughly shot down by the FBI and the National Security Administration after the media spent the better part of a week blowing the story off and saying, oh, it's just a Russian plot. They all ran with that with no evidence whatsoever to ever have thought that. And as you pointed out, no one has denied the authenticity of the emails or the laptop or any of the data on it whatsoever. And some of those emails are very explosive. They show Hunter Biden and his family. He speaks occasionally of his entire family being involved and of Joe Biden, the big guy, as he's called in the most controversial of those emails, being cut in for a piece of the action on these deals he's working on with foreign powers, among them China. And specifically a huge Chinese energy company linked to the Chinese military, to the People's Liberation Army, that was a very big story in Washington for years before it suddenly disappeared literally overnight a couple of years ago. And the media is not explaining who this company is, who ran it, and what they were up to with Hunter Biden. And they should be. It's malpractice that they're not telling you this.
Well, it is journalistic malpractice. You're exactly right about that, John. There's no question that the media is trying its level best to avoid this with 13 days to go before the election, but it continues to trickle out. I mean, I believe the New York Post Twitter account is still shut down, if I'm not mistaken. They've shut that down because they reported on a factual matter that a laptop computer was dropped off early 2019 to a repair shop in Delaware, apparently by Hunter Biden. We have signatures to that effect. The computer was confiscated by the FBI in December of 2019. We now know that the hard drive has been taken to the Delaware State Police because of the photographs of what appear to be underage children, child pornography involving Hunter Biden. I mean, it just gets uglier and nastier and more tawdry the farther we go, doesn't it?
Yes, that's very disturbing to hear about possible child pornography. The part that I think is politically the most damaging is where the family is looped in, and Hunter talks about Ukrainian business deals, Chinese business deals. These are things that directly involve Joe Biden and are a reflection upon him, not just Hunter Biden's, personal misconduct. The entire family, and specifically Joe Biden, is involved in this. And the fact that he's not denying any of it is hugely significant. I assume he figures that if he did deny it, it would blow up into a bigger story because it was going to be authenticated. As we have now seen, the FBI has come out and said it's authentic, it's for real, they have the laptop. So if he had just said early on it's totally false and made up, that would have already blown up in his face and the story would have gotten bigger. But this is still the forbidden story. You're not allowed to talk about it. You might get banned if you bring it up on social media. As you pointed out, the New York Post is still locked out of their Twitter account for this entirely factual story that no one has challenged yet. And the Wall Street Journal wrote about it today. Now, I don't know if they've kicked the Wall Street Journal off Twitter, but maybe they will. Is that what they're going to do? Are they going to ban every single news organization that talks about the story? And isn't that going to make it a bigger deal? I've already heard some people in the media that have said the story wouldn't have been as big if it had not been violently suppressed. If they had just let the New York Post do its thing, then maybe it would have blown over by now. I don't think so. I've read enough of those emails to think there's a lot here. It's not just a minor thing. This is a big deal.
Certainly, we've all seen a number of the emails. The plan was to discredit Rudy Giuliani, and I get the game plan. And I understand your point about the most politically damaged could come from the connection of what Rudy Giuliani said on this program here a couple of days ago, the clearest case for a RICO matter he's ever seen because of the connection of who's paying who's getting what cut, and how the whole organized crime operation works. However, before we let loose of the underage pictures and so forth, talking from a political standpoint, John, when you talk about suburban moms being a critical voting bloc in America that may be leaving Donald Trump, may stay with Donald Trump, I can't think of anything more damaging than the idea that buried in this laptop that Joe Biden's calling a smear job, if it turns out that there is child pornography, underage girls, exploitation by his son, I don't think that helps suburban moms get to the polls, do you?
That's a problem. It's a visceral reaction. You're right. Some of the political and international stuff, you could say it doesn't affect your life. You could try to make that argument. I think it does. I encourage people to think about foreign influence on our government and these big money deals and what it means to all the rest of us, especially after the coronavirus and the hostility that China has displayed towards the civilized world. This is a big deal, this kind of corruption, but it doesn't have that same gut response as child pornography. As soon as that's in the mix, everybody's eyes open and everybody starts paying attention. And you're right, the suburban mom vote, the wine moms, whatever you want to call them, that's going to be a problem for them. They're not going to be happy with this. And it's going to be hard to firewall Hunter Biden off because he's clearly not divorced from the family. That's part of the problem here. He was not disowned. He wasn't cast out. He hasn't been forbidden to talk to Joe Biden or anybody in the family, any of that. He's still clearly a part of the family's business. And these other emails show he's literally a part of their financial affairs and their economic interests. And they just can't firewall him and say he has nothing to do with Joe Biden. That's obviously not true.
Did you find it ironic, John, that one of those email exchanges that I read was between Joe Biden and his son Hunter, who was struggling with addiction, and he was giving him support. Hey, good morning. I love you. I'm paraphrasing a bit. And it went back and forth, and and Hunter's having some self-pity issues and feeling sorry for himself and so on and so forth. And some of the liberal outlets said, man, look at this heartfelt exchange between father and son. So by their very comment, they admit that the contents are real. I mean, just by doing that, they admit the contents are real. Now, real quickly, tomorrow, the president will have, I believe, 12 uninterrupted minutes, 6 topics, 2 minutes, mute button on Joe Biden, that he can hammer the former vice president with corruption in Ukraine, in China. I don't know if he touches the child pornography issues, but he might. He has a real opportunity in tomorrow's debate to continue to have the polls trending in his direction. We've got 30 seconds, sir. I'll give you the last word.
He does. He also needs to make a positive case for his reelection. Something that he really needs to drive home to people is that Donald Trump is the one who can restart the economy, return normality to the country, bring some sense of social order back to us. He's got to sell himself as well as bringing these topics up. But he does need to bring these topics up. And once he does, they can't be ignored anymore. They'll be big news because he talked about them in the debate.
John Hayward, National Security Deputy Editor at Breitbart News. John, I really appreciate the conversation. Thank you much for taking the time to be here today.
Well, thank you very much for having me on.
And there you have it, John Hayward from Breitbart. He's right, by the way. The president has to use that free time where he won't be interrupted to lay the case against Joe Biden and then again support the case for his own reelection. This is America's Voice Live.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and as you know, my passion is to help each and every one of you get the best sleep of your life. That's why I created my new Giza Dreams bed sheets. I guarantee you they'll be the most comfortable sheets you'll ever own.
With the Giza Dream Sheets, I'm getting the best sleep of my life. They are so soft and smooth. I never slept so good.
I fall asleep faster because I'm actually comfortable.
I started by using the world's best cotton called Giza. It's only grown in a region between the Sahara Desert, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Nile River. It's ultra soft and breathable, but extremely durable, which is why I can give you my full 10-year warranty. But I didn't stop there. My Giza sheets also include full 21-inch wide pillowcases that will fit over any pillow and deep pocket sheets that will fit over any mattress. I guarantee you the first night you sleep on my sheets, you'll never want to sleep on anything else.
Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen right now. MyPillow Giza Dream Sheets are available in a variety of colors and will be the softest, most comfortable sheets you will ever own. Use the promo code and get 2 for 1 low price, plus free shipping. Giza Dreams are made with the finest, most sought-after cotton in the world. Giza cotton was once reserved for only the finest dress shirts, but is now available in Mike's Giza Dream Sheets. They feature a beautiful silky sateen weave that helps keep you cool and comfortable all night long.
With the Giza Dream Sheets, I'm getting the best rest of my life.
I love my Giza Dream Sheets.
Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen right now to get your very own MyPillow Giza Dream Sheets. Use the promo code and Mike will give you a very special 2 for 1 low price and free shipping. That's right, get 2 for 1 low price and free shipping. Call or go online now.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and I'm here to tell you about my new product from MyPillow. Towels that actually work. Watch this absorbency test. Here's another towel that we randomly went out and bought. Here's one of my towels with the nice design. I don't know if you can see this, but you could line a swimming pool with this. I mean, this is crazy. Get rid of it. Towels that actually work. What a concept.
I really love the towels. They're really great. They're super absorbent. Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen right now. The new MyPillow towels are exclusively made with 100% USA combed cotton with proprietary technology and with maximum absorbency. They dry you faster and are guaranteed to work. And listen to this. Use the promo code on your screen and Mike will include a second full towel set with bath towel, hand towel, and washcloth absolutely free. That's 2 MyPillow towel sets for the price of 1 in your choice of color.
I personally guarantee they're going to be the best towels you'll ever own.
Order now.
Continuing this Tuesday now with America's Voice Live.
Yes, thank you. We have a story on that may surprise you. This is This is becoming the norm, Steve. We have so much division in this country right now that people are not coming out and saying that they're Trump supporters. We keep hearing this story that there are these silent Trump supporters. This next story might tell you why there are silent Trump supporters. A man in Maryland was outside of his house putting up a Black Lives Matter sign when some Trump supporters drove by, and he instantaneously picked up a shotgun and shot at them. Listen to what the man had to say.
We see what's going on in the country, and I really didn't expect it right here at home. And then to hear the gunshot, we were just, we were rattled. I'm shaking just talking about it.
It gives me chills too, Steve. This is why people are not putting out Trump signs. Now, obviously, his truck was very trumped up. I mean, he had quite a few signs out there, and he's probably been part of one of these truck rallies. But people should be allowed to have their signs out without fear of being shot, don't you think?
We're supposed to have discourse in America, a vigorous exchange of ideas, not I've got a bigger stick, I'm going to bust your skull, or I'm going to shoot your truck when you drive by. That's not supposed to be the deal, that's for sure. Pretty shocking what you've shared there. Meanwhile, in Minneapolis, speaking of violence, the defund the police movement, the rioting in the streets this summer has residents there terrified, literally terrified. Drive-by shootings, rioting in the streets, arson, crime, and all sorts of other problems. And this is a city that is scaling back by millions and millions of dollars police protection. Listen to what some of the ordinary citizens have to say about that.
Every single night on any block in this neighborhood, you can hear gunshots every single freaking night.
We walked outside and I pulled this bullet out of my house, out of my home, out of my siding.
It is about all of us coming together to make a difference, to stop the gun violence that is in our city.
Is it the gun violence, or is it the fact that, well, there's no police enforcement anymore? Is it because your governor and your mayor have let you down? Well, one might wonder, but good Lord, can you imagine pulling a bullet out of your siding? Trucks being shot because they have Trump signs. Police unavailable. 911 calls going unanswered. To me, Tudor, I might be crazy, and I just might be. But those people do not strike me as those that are going to vote for more of the same. Those do not strike me as people that are going to vote for Democrats on November the 3rd. Just saying.
Well, let's remember, this is an area where we had Ilhan Omar come out and say that the police had to be removed completely. Now, there are folks who are supporting the police. You may remember David Dorn, who was shot and killed during the riots. His wife came out and spoke at the RNC, Ann Dorn. Well, we also had her on our special here last night called Blue Courage. I want you to take a listen to what she had to say.
I mean, in this day and age, what we need is them to just acknowledge and say thanks for the not just for the sacrifices, but for the everyday work that officers do, first responders do every day. They put their life on the line. They leave their families at home during holidays in the evenings and on weekends. They miss soccer games. Just a simple thank you goes such a long way with law enforcement officers. But if people want to really support, go out there, get in the community, work with the community, help the officers, get our communities back, bring our communities back to when it was when we were a community. Communities were actually families, and we helped raise each other's children. We could play in the streets. There was things going on, picnics or just events that happen in our neighborhoods. And then officers always came by and stopped and met everybody, and they played with the kids, and just getting back to being friendly again. But I mean, if they want to give something, always backstoppers, Crime Stoppers, anything that supports law enforcement or first responders, the Heroes Network. There's so many activities out there, so many events that help first responders, their families, injured officers. I could go on forever on the different groups that want to help, but if you want to get involved, get involved.
And a big thank you to Eric Greitens, who hosted that show for us last night called Blue Courage. He also is the host of Actionable Intelligence here on the network. But he wanted to do something for those folks out there that fight for us every day. And what she was saying, Steve, is so true. These are the people who are at our community picnics that our kids ran up to. They showed them the fire trucks. They showed them the police vehicles. This is what America is all about.
I agree with you on that, but let me share with you what the Washington Post says. The Washington Post, owned by the richest man in the world, Jeff Bezos. His company's worth $1.5 trillion, and he despises President Donald Trump. It's all a given. We will stipulate that. But here's the problem. The Washington Post now writing that unless Joe Biden wins by a landslide, the violence is going to continue in America. That's been put out in the Washington Post. It is reprehensible, I think, to suggest that the only way we can save America and stop the violence is to vote for Joe Biden. There's certainly no indication that's true. In fact, if Joe Biden doesn't give in to all the far left-wing demands of the fringe elements like Antifa and the anarchists and the rest, the violence will certainly continue. Bank on it.
Well, is the violence a threat to the American people? We're doing this until you give us what we want. Obviously, that's what we've been told, but I certainly hope that's not the case. After the break, though, we will head out to Wisconsin, where our own Dr. Gina Loudon is standing by with the Women for Trump bus tour.
America's favorite easy on, easy off energy compression socks just got better. Introducing Copperfit Energy Plus, the world's first graduated compression socks with a rich blend of ingredients found in the top moisturizing lotions and creams. These microencapsulated ingredients are infused into the compression fabric and are gradually released and absorbed by your movement. Motion-activated technology designed to hydrate and soften for all-day comfort. The more you move, the more Copperfit Energy Socks delivers.
I'm not thinking about that I have compression socks on. That simple fact that they feel better with them on than with them off makes me love these socks.
Our most advanced copper-infused compression fabric, made in FDA-approved manufacturing facilities, woven into our Easy On, Easy Off graduated compression sock to help reduce swelling and discomfort from prolonged sitting or standing.
I feel that soothingness in my calves and in my ankles, but they can make my feet feel good after 300 miles on the road, and they got to be good for anybody else.
Enhanced compression around the arch and ankles for extra support and relief of muscle aches and pains. And a soft, shock-absorbing footbed for all-day comfort.
All that arch pain that I typically have is just relieved.
They are super comfortable.
They do the job. They're easy and they're effective. That's the whole point of wearing them.
Commercials always promise, promise, promise. This was something easy to try. Just put on a sock, see if it works. I have to say that I'm a fan.
The first ever Easy On, Easy Off compression socks with hydrating ingredients, worn by thousands of essential workers across the U.S. Order your Energy Plus compression socks online now at GetEnergyPlus.com for only $19.99 or call 1-800-515-8892. Order right now and get a second pair free.
I get compression, I get comfort, all in one sock.
Motorcycle guys appreciate the better technology. This is better technology.
Feel the power of Copperfit.
This is the kind of card that has America talking. With it, people with Medicare are getting all-in-one coverage for their doctor visits, hospital care, prescription drugs, and more. This kind of insurance, called Medicare Part C, may also cover dental care, eyeglasses, hearing aids, fitness programs, vitamins, even healthy meals and rides to the doctor. With this kind of coverage, you do not need a Medicare supplement insurance plan. You will access your benefits through your Medicare Part C plan for one low and oftentimes $0 monthly plan premium. You deserve to get the most from your Medicare benefits. Call now for free information that may help you get more coverage for less money. There is no obligation to enroll. Whether for yourself or someone you love, call the number on the screen now. Call now.
We are still waiting for the Women for Trump bus to pull up in Milwaukee with Dr. Gina Loudon. And so now while we wait, we are going to head out to our D.C. studios to Carrie Sheffield, who has an interesting update for us on that Shelby Steele movie that was pulled from Netflix and Amazon. Carrie?
Hey there, Tudor. Yes, there are new questions about bias at Netflix. Now, Shelby Steele is a very prominent, well-known Black conservative. He led the fight in California against affirmative action. Now he has a new documentary, and Netflix is not allowing it to be seen on Netflix screens. So this issue is looking at What Killed Michael Brown is the name of the documentary. And Amazon reportedly also had nixed the documentary. However, our producers this morning went to Amazon in Prime. You can see that it is available there at Amazon. However, this documentary called What Killed Michael Brown is not available currently on Netflix. Now, Netflix has faced all sorts of questions about bias, questions about values. There's the documentary currently called Cuties, which raises the question of whether 11-year-old girls should be allowed to be on screen engaging in overtly sexual conversations and imagery. And then also Netflix has given millions of dollars or very large contracts to the Obama family to produce content about themselves. So lots of questions around Netflix and its bias. This documentary, What Killed Michael Brown, the irony with this, as always, because of the outcry, there might be even more interest in this documentary that asks the question, is systemic racism the reason Michael Brown was killed, or was it something else? Shelby Steele looks at this in a nuanced way. The documentary is worth a look. Go to justthenews.com for coverage on this and other stories.
Thank you, Carrie, and make sure you are tuning into Carrie's show, Just the News AM, every Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Now I want to head out to the Vice President's rally where we have Heather Mullins out there live. Heather, tell us what's going on out there with the Vice President.
Thank you, Stephen. Tudor. I am out here in Portsmouth, New Hampshire at Vice President Mike Pence's second visit to the Granite State. It is a little rainy here today, but it is not keeping people from coming out. I had a chance to talk with several people on the ground today about a number of different issues. One in particular, Judge Amy Coney Barrett. A lot of positive feedback for her. People love her. They say they love that she's a constitutionalist. A couple people unhappy with how the Democrats handled the hearing, the questions that they asked. They found it distasteful. The other issue that I've been hearing from people on the ground today is the recent scandal with Joe Biden and Hunter Biden. In fact, two women I spoke with brought up the fact that in 2016, people were saying we needed to lock her up. Well, now they're saying we need to lock him up. Take a look. So what are your thoughts or concerns about tomorrow's presidential debate?
That we were worried about locking her up. Now we have to lock him up. It's only fair. They've never been fair to him, and it's time. It is so time to lock him up.
Donald needs to question Joe tomorrow night.
Yes.
Because you know that the moderator's not gonna.
What should he question Joe Biden on?
Ask him when he knew about the emails, and was he the big guy? We want to know who the big guy is. Who's getting 50% of that money? Who else would the big guy be? Hunter Biden used his family, and Joe Biden used his country, and it needs to come out before the election.
So there you have it. We have people that are calling on President Trump tonight to hold Joe Biden to the fire in tomorrow's presidential debate. They're hoping that he asks Joe Biden tough questions that they don't think the moderator will. So we're going to have coverage of today's presidential rally, the vice presidential rally, and tomorrow's debate, of course. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Heather. Even in the rain and what looked like the cold, there were quite a few people there to hear the vice president speaking. I do find it interesting the conversations that she had with folks out there, because it does mirror so many conversations I've had. People who are supporting the president who are saying, hey, wait a minute, this information comes out and nobody is pressing on this. A lot of people do believe it's criminal. Now, whether or not the vice president was involved with something criminal, it does look like there are some criminal activities on that laptop that are linking back to Hunter Biden. Obviously, we'll continue talking about this, but we'll also talk about censorship. What we just talked about the Shelby Steele movie, that is censorship. When you see Cuties on there and that movie being taken away, we will have Zach Voorhees on here later in the program to talk about that. But stay tuned. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and as you know, my passion is to help each and every one of you get the best sleep of your life. That's why I created my new Giza Dreams bed sheets. I guarantee you they'll be the most comfortable sheets you'll ever own.
With the Giza Dream Sheets, I'm getting the best sleep of my life. They are so soft and smooth. I never slept so good.
I fall asleep faster because I'm actually comfortable.
I started by using the world's best cotton called Giza. It's only grown in a region between the Sahara Desert, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Nile River. It's ultra soft and breathable, but extremely durable, which is why I can give you my full 10-year warranty. But I didn't stop there. My Giza sheets also include full 21-inch wide pillowcases that will fit over any pillow and deep pocket sheets that will fit over any mattress. I guarantee you the first night you sleep on my sheets, you'll never want to sleep on anything else.
Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen right now. MyPillow Giza Dream Sheets are available in a variety of colors and will be the softest, most comfortable sheets you will ever own. Use the promo code and get 2 for 1 low price, plus free shipping. Giza Dreams are made with the finest, most sought-after cotton in the world. Giza cotton was once reserved for only the finest dress shirts, but is now available in Mike's Giza Dream Sheets. They feature a beautiful silky sateen weave that helps keep you cool and comfortable all night long.
With the Giza Dream Sheets, I'm getting the best rest of my life.
I love my Giza Dream Sheets.
Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen right now to get your very own MyPillow Giza Dream Sheets. Use the promo code and Mike will give you a very special 2 for 1 low price and free shipping. That's right, get 2 for 1 low price and free shipping. Call or go online now.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
Hello, I'm William Shatner, and you may not know this about me, but years ago, I was diagnosed with a sleep disorder. And like millions of others, I was prescribed sleep equipment. Did you know sleep equipment manufacturers recommend daily cleaning? That's why I use SoClean 2. It's the perfect complement to my daily routine, and it's hassle-free. SoClean 2 is fast and easy. It keeps my sleep equipment fresh every day without the need for disassembly. To keep the immune system strong, we should do everything we can to ensure a good night's sleep, including using the SoClean 2 daily to keep sleep equipment fresh. Try SoClean 2 risk-free for 30 nights. Order now and get $50 off. SoClean 2 is so fast and gives you peace of mind that your sleep equipment is fresh each time you use it. Call the number on your screen or go to SoClean2.com to take advantage of this risk-free trial and get $50 off. Call now.
Welcome back to America's Voice Live. This is our second hour, and that Women for Trump bus did just pull into Milwaukee, so we do have our own Dr. Gina Loudon on the ground. Dr. Gina, in these final days of the campaign, can you tell us what the Women for Trump campaign is doing out there for the president, how they're reaching women on the road?
I'll tell you, it's been fascinating. We're in Milwaukee, as you said. We've traveled all around and will be traveling around for the next couple of days with the Women for Trump bus. It's interesting because, for example, this stop is with Latinos for Trump. What basically is happening, Tudor, is that the bus is making stops, rallying the troops, listening to the voices of those here in Wisconsin. As you know, they've endured special tragedies here in Wisconsin, sort of at the cost of some of those whom they see as on the left side of politics. And so they're very geared up, very excited about this campaign and these last remaining days, and they're out there going to make a difference. And so before they go knock on doors or make their phone calls, basically the bus stops and gets them all excited to do exactly that. So it's very much fun.
Dr. Gina Loudon live in Wisconsin today, Milwaukee on the road with Women for Trump. Dr. Gina, thank you very much. These sorts of events are going on all over the country. One of the things I would say, Tudor, is that it's been very productive, the grassroots efforts by the Trump campaign, which, by the way, is due from what we've seen in 2016. Now, let's get into our top stories for the day. And the top story continues to be Hunter Biden's laptop computer. It is now in the possession of more than one law enforcement agency. In fact, not only did the FBI take possession of the laptop and one of those hard drives in December of 2019, now we know that the Delaware State Police have another copy Rudy Giuliani providing that to the Delaware State Police after he said they found numerous photographs of underage girls, videos, and other compromising information involving Hunter Biden. That in addition, of course, to the web of financial arrangements involving Ukraine, Russia, China, and others that appear to tie back to then Vice President Joe Biden. And the idea that it's just Russian disinformation, the idea that's been peddled by Democrats, by the mainstream media, seems to be getting blown out of the water by the FBI, the Department of Justice, and DNI John Ratcliffe. Here he is.
Let me be clear. The intelligence community doesn't believe that because there's no intelligence that supports that. And we have shared no intelligence with Chairman Schiff or any other member of Congress that Hunter Biden's laptop is part of some Russian disinformation campaign. It's simply not true.
It's simply not true. And yet, if you listen to Rachel Maddow and some of the others on other networks, that's the garbage they continue to churn out. Now, as was pointed out to us here a short time ago, the Wall Street Journal has now weighed in on the Hunter Biden laptop and published a major article just moments ago. Are they going to be banned from Twitter and Facebook? Are they going to be banned by social media? The Wall Street Journal. Are they going to be called a tabloid? How are you going to react to that, Jack? Tudor?
Well, we know how the president is reacting to everything on this laptop. He's taking it very seriously. As we discussed earlier, he takes anything when it comes to sex trafficking or children being affected negatively very seriously. And he has called on Attorney General William Barr to investigate it. Here he is.
We've got to get the Attorney General to act. He's got to act, and he's got to act fast. He's got to appoint somebody. This is major corruption, and this has to be known about before the election. And by the way, we're doing very well. We're going to win the election. We're doing very well.
He says it's major corruption. Steve, it looks like it is major corruption, and that's why you saw just moments ago when we had Heather on there. Now people even on the ground, just regular voters, are out there saying, hey, this guy needs to be held accountable for his crimes. I think a lot of Americans are going to be saying that.
Now, Joe Biden called a lid, as everyone knows, on Sunday, really, saying there will be no campaign appearances Monday, Tuesday, today, Wednesday. In fact, all the way through tomorrow's second and last debate, which is to be held in Nashville, Tennessee. But he did stick his head out for a few minutes yesterday. I wonder if he thinks it's a good idea now, because a local reporter pressed him on the idea, even when they tried to cut her off, on, well, what's going on? Can you tell us the truth about this laptop? He doesn't deny it. He just goes into full-on smear mode. Listen to this.
Adrian, that's all the time we have.
I just have one more question, because Mr. Vice President, it affects Wisconsin. So Wisconsin's Republican Senator Ron Johnson put out a statement on Homeland Security letterhead saying Hunter Biden, together with other Biden family members, profited off the Biden name. Is there any legitimacy to Senator Johnson's claims?
None whatsoever. This is the same garbage Rudy Giuliani, Trump's henchman. It's a last-ditch effort in this desperate campaign to smear me and my family. Even the man who served with him on that committee, the former nominee for the Republican Party, said there's no basis to this. And, you know, and the vast majority of the intelligence people have come out and said there's no basis at all. Ron should be ashamed of himself.
Well, I don't think Ron is ashamed of himself, because you notice there again, Joe Biden didn't deny the veracity of the emails or the text messages or the still photographs or the photographs of drug use and abuse of illegal street drugs or the videos that are explicitly sexual in nature. And we're told that the reason that Rudy Giuliani turned over the laptop and the hard drive to the Delaware State Police is because it appears that there are underage girls involved with illegal acts on the hard drive, all associated with Hunter Biden. We'll keep you updated on this one.
And tomorrow's debate is going to be an interesting one. They did change the traditional focus. Traditionally, the third debate is on foreign policy. Obviously, this is the second debate because it's 2020 and everything is different in 2020. But the foreign policy will not be the focus. Now, the interesting part about this is that the mics will be able to be muted. So when one candidate has their 2 minutes, the other candidate will be muted. And a lot of folks are saying this will be working to the president's advantage. Although he is not happy about the mics being muted, he does have the opportunity to speak for 2 minutes without interruption, which will give him the opportunity to talk as much as he wants about this Hunter Biden situation and push back on the vice president. Now, obviously, during open discussion, both of their mics will be open. It will definitely be interesting to watch, Steve.
It certainly will be. The president apparently has about 12 minutes time, so will Joe Biden, 12 minutes time to address the Joe Biden and Hunter Biden laptop concerns. That'll happen, obviously. But Joe Biden will also, because you have those 2-minute segments, times 6, because here are the topics, which ironically have changed and looks strangely like the first go-round at the first debate. Here are the topics for tomorrow that Kristen Welker will be putting up. Fighting COVID-19, American families, whatever that means, race in America, climate change, national security, and leadership. Now look at the topics. COVID-19. It's going to be an attempt by Kristen Welker to demonize the president for his response. American families, no idea what that means. But race in America, they're going to go after the president. Trust me. Are you a white supremacist? Do you denounce same nonsense? Climate change, another left-wing talking point we brought out. And, it's just manufacturing the same old stuff, it seems to me, Tudor, over and over again.
I'm willing to bet that American families will somehow be tied into health care. So we'll see how that comes out. That'll be my bet with you for the night. Right. I'm pretty sure that's how health care will come up. But before that, I want to let you know that the vote has been set for Amy Coney Barrett. That will be in the Senate on October 26th. So on Monday, they will be voting to confirm Judge Amy Coney Barrett. We are interested to see what happens with that. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Do you have any idea how your mattress affects your body and how well you sleep? Is it too hard or too soft, causing you to wake up with sore shoulders, back, or hips? Are you uncomfortable because you're too hot or too cold? Now you can get the total body support you need and the better sleep you want with the new MyPillow mattress topper.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell. When I invented my new MyPillow mattress topper, I made it to have everything you'd ever want in a topper. My mattress topper helps give you the support you need, helps relieve your pressure points, and regulates your body temperature for you as an individual. It comes with a 10-year warranty. You can wash and dry the cover. It's made in the USA, and I back it with my 60-day money-back guarantee.
Go to MyPillow.com or call now to get your very own MyPillow mattress topper. Use the promo code and Mike will give you 30% off and 2 standard MyPillows absolutely free. Order now.
MyPillow topper delivers on its promise to give me a better night's sleep.
I can sleep all night through, and it's a miracle for me.
Mike's exclusive 3-layer design starts with a layer of MyPillow foam, providing you superior support and comfort. The second layer of transitional foam evenly distributes body weight and helps relieve uncomfortable pressure points for optimal comfort. Mike's ultra soft outer layer is a patented temperature regulating cover that helps keep you at your ideal sleeping temperature all night long. Unlike other sleep systems costing thousands, the MyPillow mattress topper takes comfort to a whole new level without any wires, remotes, or moving parts. Call now or go to MyPillow.com to order your MyPillow topper. Use the promo code to save 30%. When you do, Mike will give you 2 of his standard MyPillows absolutely free. That's right, 2 standard MyPillows free and 30% off your MyPillow topper today. Order now.
I personally guarantee it's going to change your bed into the most comfortable bed you'll ever own.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
This is the kind of card that has America talking. With it, people with Medicare are getting all-in-one coverage for their doctor visits, hospital care, prescription drugs, and more. This kind of insurance, called Medicare Part C, may also cover dental care, eyeglasses, hearing aids, fitness programs, vitamins, even healthy meals and rides to the doctor. With this kind of coverage, you do not need a Medicare supplement insurance plan. You will access your benefits through your Medicare Part C plan for one low and oftentimes $0 monthly plan premium. You deserve to get the most from your Medicare benefits. Call now for free information that may help you get more coverage for less money. There is no obligation to enroll. Whether for yourself or someone you love, call the number on the screen now. Call now.
Welcome back to America's Voice Live on this Wednesday. Our next guest just had a nice visit at the White House. His name's synonymous with enjoying yourself on a Friday night. At least that's the way it strikes me. John Schnatter, better known as Papa John's, founder of Papa John's Pizza, joining us from our Washington, D.C. studios. John, welcome to the program.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Good to have you, sir. A pleasure to have you here on the program. So you had a chance to spend some time at the White House today. What was the occasion?
I was kind of Jason Whitlock's sidekick. He and I both Ball State alumni from the great university, Ball State University, and we went up and just talked the gospel about what makes this country great and how to keep it on its feet and make things better after November the 3rd.
Well, John, when talking about that, you're talking about making America great. You are one of the people that actually lived the American dream for a lot of people. So entrepreneurs out there, they are really getting hit hard right now because they started up their businesses and then COVID hit. What words of advice do you have for those folks?
Well, first and foremost, never give up. Stay positive, be tenacious, be persistent, and know that some of the greatest things, innovations, entrepreneurship are going to come out of this hardship. So, you get your learning from your burning, and you just got to hang tough and come out the other side better. But be persistent, be positive, and stay around with good people. Hire good people and associate with good people, and great things will happen.
Now, prior to the coronavirus pandemic and COVID-19, John, as you well know, America was cooking along at about 100 miles an hour. The economy was hitting on all 8 cylinders. It was great. 3.5% unemployment, and then it all stopped. Now, a lot of blue states continue to be stopped, but red states like Florida and Georgia have opened back up. Texas moving along. Some states like South Dakota never closed. As you look at the political horizon and you think about what's best for companies like your own that you built or that other people are building, whether it's 5 employees or 5,000, who do you think is best equipped to handle the economy going forward?
Well, to your point, I mean, the problem with Trump is he set such a high bar. He had employment down less than 4%. And, he's got it at 7.9, which under the Obama administration would have been a good number. But under Trump, 7.9 is just not a good number. So he set the bar extremely high. I would argue the economy was more like 200 miles an hour. But I think the companies that are the most creative, the most innovative, the most disciplined, and actually build the best cultures, I think they're going to be the ones that are most suited for the future. Going into this, the economy was booming. We've had 4 different companies that went into this that struggled, companies that went into this that struggled and went out, and companies that actually prospered from this. Papa John's could be asymmetrical in that they benefited short term from the pandemic, but next year when they got to run over huge numbers and commodities are high, they could get hurt pretty bad. So I hope my friends at Papa John's are batting down the hatches and being strong and being prepared for a rough winter ahead.
Well, I'm not going to lie, we have definitely ordered quite a lot of pizza, so thank you for that, I will say. But thank you also, John Schnatter, founder of Papa John's Pizza. Always a pleasure to have you on. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thanks. You. So, Steve, I have ordered a lot of pizza. In fact, just Friday night we ordered pizza again because when you have 4 kids, sometimes pizza is just the easier thing. But someone who may also be eating junk food today is Amanda Head because she's on the road. So let's head out to North Carolina and see what's going on out there, Amanda.
Yeah, Tudor, you know me better than some other people, especially our viewers. Junk food is like the very bottom of the food pyramid for me. I eat the most of it. It's my jam. But let's kind of expand out a little, zoom out a little, and talk about some polls. Now, obviously, I'm here on the ground in North Carolina. So as we are on air tonight, we're going to be talking about a lot of those issues that North Carolinians are talking about. But for those of you out there who watch the polls. Probably a lot of you, if you support President Trump, even if you don't, you are very skeptical of polls. The one mainstream media poll that is the most accurate, the only one that predicted President Trump to win in 2016 that is included in the RCP metrics, is the Trafalgar Group polling. And their senior strategist and pollster, Robert Cayley, last night said that Trump is on track to secure his re-election. He said, I see the president winning with a minimum high 270s and possibly going up significantly higher based on just how big this undercurrent is. Now, I don't work for Trafalgar, but they do have a proprietary method of polling, which could be how they reach more accurate conclusions. But I have long since said that the polls that matter the most, the polls that I think are the most accurate, are not the polls that ask people, who are you voting for? It's the polls who ask people, who do you think is going to win? So I've discussed on air a Zogby poll from back in June that predicted, or that, when they asked this question to their survey audience, people predicted 51-43 that President Trump was going to win. Now we have a new poll from Monmouth just last month from September that, again, has Trump ahead 48-43. And the reason I always want to emphasize these polls is because, similar to the Helmut-Norpoth poll, it factors in public sentiment. Now, the Helmut-Norpoth poll that has accurately predicted 25 of the last 27 elections, and again has President Trump winning this time around, the reason those polls matter is because it tests public sentiment. So it tests the sentiment during the primary election season. That's specific to Helmut-Norpoth. But with this Monmouth and Zogby polls, it shows how enthusiastic people are in voting for Biden. And if you have somebody out there who's a Democrat who still thinks Trump is going to win, do you really think they're going to be incentivized to show up and vote for Joe Biden?
Tells you a lot. Yeah, Amanda Head, it tells you a lot. People want to vote for a winner. It's enthusiasm. Amanda Head out in North Carolina for the next Trump rally. You are on America's Voice Live.
Stay tuned to get a free pan from Granite Stone. Stuck on eggs, burnt on batter. You can scrub and scrape, but you can't escape the nightmare of your sticky pans. Introducing the Granite Stone Pan, the all-new durable non-stick pan. No butter or oil needed. Watch, we melted down these sticky candies in Granite Stone, and it just doesn't stick. We cooked a half a dozen eggs, bacon, cheese, and tomato breakfast with no butter or oil, and it just doesn't stick. Look, caramels, chocolate, and cheese. Unreal for any other pan, but not for Granite Stone. It just doesn't stick. Granite Stone will be the last pan you'll ever need because it's pressed from a solid aluminum disc for even heat conduction, then coated 3 times with our durable Granite Stone finish. Granite Stone is metal utensil safe and won't scratch. And talk about non-stick. This salmon cooked skin side down with no added butter or oil just doesn't stick. This steak is perfectly seared just like the pros. And because Granite Stone is oven rated to 500 degrees, we bake this upside down pan pizza to perfection, and it just doesn't stick. Fire Flambe Delicious Cherries Jubilee. Plus, it's PFOA free and 100% dishwasher safe. Call or go online to get your Granite Stone pan for the special TV discount price of just $19.99. Granite Stone is so durable it comes with a 10-year warranty. And with every order, you're going to get a Granite Stone single-serve egg pan absolutely free. It's the perfect size for personalized eggs, omelets, or frittatas that slide right out. It makes the best bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich quick. Yours absolutely free. We'll even ship your entire order free. That's right, free shipping. You get it all, an incredible value. Here's how to order.
To order, call 1-800-850-0237. That's 1-800-850-0237, or order online at buygranitestone.com. That's 1-800-850-0237. Call now.
Feel like you live a lot of your life online? The average person is connected almost 7 hours a day. And all that shopping, banking, browsing, and sharing can mean exposing your personal information. In fact, 64% of adults admit to risking online privacy for convenience. Is it any wonder that 26% of people had malware on one of their devices? Or that there's a victim of identity theft every 3 seconds? Your digital life may be in lots of places, but there's one place to help keep it safe. Norton 360 with LifeLock. With security to help block hackers from your devices, a VPN to help keep your online activity private, and LifeLock identity theft protection. Now, you can get up to 25% off your first year of Norton 360 with LifeLock with promo code TV offer. Call to start your membership or visit lifelock.com/TV offer.
Let me be direct about this. Censorship is not part of what America is supposed to be. And this New York Post story here from a few days ago about Hunter Biden and his laptop computer and all of its contents, it was shut down. It was censored directly by Twitter, by Facebook, by social media. And honestly, Tudor, it's the sort of thing that I think is just flat out wrong. But despite all the efforts, the story has still gotten out. The Wall Street Journal putting out a new story about Hunter Biden's text messages and emails today. But still, the fact that Americans would be censored in 2020, to me, well, frankly, I find it un-American.
Absolutely. And if you are looking for an alternative in social media, you may have heard of a company called CloutHub. We have the founder and CEO here with us today, Jeff Brain. Please join the program and tell us all about CloutHub. For those who don't understand what CloutHub is, where can they find it and what can you do on CloutHub?
Well, thank you for having me this morning. Yes, the issue of censorship is first and foremost, right? They're doubling down. It's gotten worse as we've gotten closer to the election. It's just wrong. That's why I started CloutHub. CloutHub is the first ever social media platform designed specifically for civic and political issues and engagement. We like to say, don't just post, do. We're using the enormous power of social media to bring people together and giving them tools to be able to address the issues they care about. Giving them, most social media platforms, they talk about likes and follows and such. And really, there's a missed opportunity. It's an missed opportunity to use social media and that power to bring people together to address the issues that we're all concerned about, right? Not everybody's concerned about the left versus right or Republican versus Democrat. Most people are concerned about what's happening in their communities, what's happening in their schools, the quality of life. And CloutHub is a place that uses social media to allow people to connect, collaborate, and influence those issues, essentially reclaim control of their lives, their social media platforms, their communities, their freedoms, and their country.
And how is it different? How does CloutHub act differently? I mean, that's my question. How does it act differently than other social platforms? What have you done to make a more perfect social medium for people to use?
Well, great question. Yeah, on most social media platforms, we post and then count how many likes we got. On CloutHub, actually, you can take the next step and go beyond. You can actually do things. You can influence the issues that affect you. You can connect with your neighbors. You connect with people who care about the same issues. We help you to connect. And we give you tools to be able to address those issues. Have virtual meetings, be able to attend public meetings through your computers, things like that. We have groups, we have video, we have multiple timelines like Twitter. Right currently in the social media platform world, we go to YouTube to do our videos, we go to Facebook to do our groups, and we express ourselves on Twitter. But we put all that into one powerful platform. And of course, we deal with free speech, where we support free speech in the First Amendment. But we go beyond that. We support privacy. We protect people's privacy. We don't data mine you. We don't track you, what you're doing throughout the day on your phone or where you're going, and we don't share or sell data. We feel that just because you join a social media platform doesn't mean that you give up your right to privacy. And then the third thing is we've designed our platform to be healthy, because most social media platforms are very unhealthy.
Yeah, that is for sure, and addictive to many people. Jeff Brain with CloutHub, thank you so much for coming on today. We really appreciate it. In fact, Steve, he's right. They do get unhealthy, but we have a lot of people who get very sad when they get kicked off. But when you look at folks like Charlie Kirk, who's currently off of Twitter, I mean, what do you do when your voice is silenced like that? And you are such a big voice. When I watch his video talking about the fact that he's kicked off. Yes?
I know. Go to CloutHub and eat your vegetables. You'll be healthy. It's held, and I like that idea. There's so much, venom out there floating around. You know that, Tudor. The terrible things that are said by people to other people that they would never say face to face. There's a lot of truth to that. Anyhow, quick break here on a Wednesday. It's America's Voice Live. Stephen Tudor. We'll be right back.
America's favorite easy on, easy off energy compression socks just got better. Introducing Copperfit Energy Plus, the world's first graduated compression socks with a rich blend of ingredients found in the top moisturizing lotions and creams. These microencapsulated ingredients are infused into the compression fabric and are gradually released and absorbed by your movement. Motion-activated technology designed to hydrate and soften for all-day comfort. The more you move, the more Copperfit Energy Socks delivers.
I'm not thinking about that I have compression socks on. That simple fact that they feel better with them on than with them off makes me love these socks.
Our most advanced copper-infused compression fabric made in FDA-approved manufacturing facilities, woven into our easy on, easy off graduated compression sock to help reduce swelling and discomfort from prolonged sitting or standing.
I feel that soothingness in my calves and in my ankles, but they can make my feet feel good after 300 miles on the road, and they got to be good for anybody else.
Enhanced compression around the arch and ankles for extra support and relief of muscle aches and pains. And a soft, shock-absorbing footbed for all-day comfort.
All that arch pain that I typically have is just relieved.
They are super comfortable.
They do the job. They're easy and they're effective. That's the whole point of wearing them.
Commercials always promise, promise, promise. This was something easy to try. Just put on a sock, see if it works. I have to say that I'm a fan.
The first ever easy on, easy off compression socks with hydrating ingredients worn by thousands of essential workers across the U.S. Order your Energy Plus compression socks online now at GetEnergyPlus.com for only $19.99 or call 1-800-515-8892. Order right now and get a second pair free.
I get compression, I get comfort, all in one sock.
Motorcycle guys appreciate the better technology. This is better technology.
Feel the power of Copperfit.
If you're over 50, imagine you could turn back the clock on your stiff, achy joints 10, even 20 years. Imagine you could do this without products that just temporarily hide the symptoms and may have side effects. Imagine no more. Get your complimentary sample of Instaflex Advanced just by texting JOINT to 231231. Instaflex Advanced is different because it targets the root cause of joint soreness and stiffness. It doesn't just cover up symptoms. Instead, it bathes your joints in its unique combination of 5 key natural ingredients found in no other product. Key ingredients backed by 5 clinical studies. Instaflex Advanced is so powerful, you could have better knees in just 1 week. Maybe that's why it's #1 at GNC. But you can only get your complimentary sample by texting JOINT to 231231. Plus, text now and we'll include a tube of Instaflex pain cream with its exclusive oxygenated oil for fast-acting relief from the pain of arthritis, backaches, and sore muscles, absolutely free. Text JOINT to 231231.
One of the biggest stories in the news right now, of course, is censorship. We're looking at a world where the president and his campaign accounts have been censored at least 65 times in the last 2 years, while the Biden-Harris campaign has never been censored. And so when we have questions about what we do in this situation, we bring in the experts. So we want to bring in Zach Voorhees because he is someone who formerly worked for Google. He is now considered a Google whistleblower. Zach, welcome back to the program. You've heard everything that's going on with the New York Post. The New York Post story can't go out, can't be shared. Now you have Charlie Kirk, who's been kicked off of Twitter. When we lose our voices, what options do we have?
Really, we have to go to these alternative networks, which are now just emerging as alternatives to the big tech platforms like Twitter and Facebook and YouTube, which are now, with just weeks to go, undergoing a massive, massive purge of people that are not, ideologically aligned with what they call their corporate values.
Right. Well, we're even hearing there are people sneaking out of Facebook saying, man, we're really uncomfortable with this, but people are being blocked and banned. And Facebook has come out and said, well, we'll change things once the election is over. So should we expect that once the election is over, all of a sudden conservatives will be able to have more reach and Charlie Kirk will be back? Should we expect that, or do you think that's just placating us for the moment?
It's just placating us for the moment, and here's why. There was a transition integrity project which was released by the DNC, which went through several scenarios for different election outcomes. Starting on page 17, they stated that if there was a clear Trump win of the Electoral College, but a loss of the popular vote, that Joe Biden would not concede. That is going to be the likely outcome, and that's my prediction for November 3rd. So in that case, you've had tech executives like Mark Zuckerberg clearly state that they're going to censor anyone, including the president, if they say things that are contrary to a, quote, consensus result. And so it's my prediction that we're not going to see censorship end on November 3rd. We're going to see censorship, go beyond anything we've ever seen before, starting then.
So why aren't folks like the president? Because if the president moved platforms, everybody would follow. Why doesn't he just go to Parler? Is it the fact that he wants to be able to have Twitter and have that reach and not have to start over? Why don't people just move and say, hey, this is a country where it's capitalism, and if you provide a bad product, we leave it?
Well, the thing is that these companies said, a while ago that they were going to uphold individual rights. Google itself, as its mission statement when it went IPO, stated that they were going to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. The shareholders came in and bought stock believing that this was a commitment set in stone. And in fact, Google still has this as their mission statement. And so for them to just simply turn around and blacklist anyone that they disagree with is, at the very least false advertisement, but more like shareholder fraud. And also, they're acting as an unregistered lobbyist for one political party.
So Google is what we're considering a tech giant, squashing all competition. What are you doing right now? You have something pretty special going on. Tell our audience about it.
Yes, so starting this morning, we launched a new campaign called punchgoogle.com. We are funding a lawsuit on behalf of the American people to stop the purge that's happening at YouTube. There was a massive purge that happened on October 15th. Word is that a bigger purge is going to come October 31st. Since the purge on the 15th, I've been working around the clock to build a team and get this campaign launched. Today we've launched the campaign, punchgoogle.com. 100% of the proceeds are going to go to fund this lawsuit, which is an emergency injunction against YouTube to stop the purge and also to reverse the purge and restore the content creators that we all love and are, quite frankly, more popular than a lot of the news channels that you see in the evening news.
Yeah, so when you talk about a purge, we have all of these characters that we love to follow. So folks that they talk about things, they create things. There's people who are constantly putting content out there. And most of these people have felt secure in the fact that they have a safe place to keep their content. But what we've found out in the past year or so is that this can just be ripped away. And then their content, if they haven't had it backed up someplace else, I mean, it's completely gone. Isn't that right?
Right. And it's gone without warning. YouTube stated that they would give 3 strikes before a page was removed, but instead of holding to their own agreement, they're now just going out and without cause, without reason, without appeal, deleting entire channels and just leaving the content creators without income of something that they have been building for the last half decade, decade, and they're just letting them out to dry. And they're doing this in a timing that is clear that they're trying to affect the outcome of the election, which is why they haven't given us, on the right of those of us that consider ourselves conservatives, the time necessary in order to combat this before the election on November 3rd.
So it's not just YouTube that has complained about this, right? Or people on YouTube that have complained about their YouTube account getting ripped away, but Google has also blocked your ability to see conservative news. So if you Google news, you're not going to get anything conservative. If you Google even the keywords in a Breitbart article, that article won't come up unless you actually type in Breitbart and look for it. This is happening not just to YouTubers, it's happening to all American people. So is there anything in your lawsuit? We have about a minute and a half left. Is there anything in your lawsuit that helps those folks as well?
This lawsuit is aiming to bring back the content creators on YouTube. The problem with Google is that a lot of these algorithms have already been baked in with a certain page rank that can't be changed in the next few weeks. And so we concentrated on one segment, which is the YouTube content creator. And that when we get this lawsuit funded, we're going to file this emergency injunction this week. So there's big things that are going to happen. So stay tuned. And for those that want to, support us, it's punchgoogle.com.
Excellent. Okay, and tell our audience where they can find you, because I'm sure they want to follow you as well. If you have a voice out there still, where can they follow you?
I haven't been bad on Twitter, but I'm sure it will happen pretty soon. People can follow me at twitter.com/perpetualmaniac. You can also see my disclosure at my website, which is at zachvorhees.com.
Zach Voorhees, I think that you're the best kind of maniac. Thank you so much for coming on the show today. Really appreciate it. And it's such an important thing, because what he's saying is right. If you know content creators on YouTube, they just have their entire career ripped away. And this is how they make their money. So when we're in the middle of a pandemic, when people are losing money and they don't have any income, to have Google rip something away that you can do from home is unheard of. I'm glad we have people like Zach fighting for us.
Stay tuned to get a free pan from Granite Stone. Stuck on eggs, burnt on batter. You can scrub and scrape, but you can't escape the nightmare of your sticky pans. Introducing the Granite Stone Pan, the all-new durable non-stick pan. No butter or oil needed. Watch, we melted down these sticky candies in Granite Stone, and it just doesn't stick. We cooked a half a dozen eggs, bacon, cheese, and tomato breakfast with no butter or oil, and it just doesn't stick. Look, caramels, chocolate, and cheese. Unreal for any other pan, but not for Granite Stone. It just doesn't stick. Granite Stone will be the last pan you'll ever need, because it's pressed from a solid aluminum disc for even heat conduction, then coated 3 times with our durable Granite Stone finish. Granite Stone is metal utensil safe and won't scratch. And talk about non-stick. This salmon cooked skin side down with no added butter or oil just doesn't stick. This steak is perfectly seared, just like the pros. And because Granite Stone is oven rated to 500 degrees, we bake this upside down pan pizza to perfection, and it just doesn't stick. Fire Flambe Delicious Cherries Jubilee. Plus, it's PFOA free and 100% dishwasher safe. Call or go online to get your Granite Stone pan for the special TV discount price of just $19.99. Granite Stone is so durable it comes with a 10-year warranty. And with every order, you're going to get a Granite Stone single-serve egg pan absolutely free. It's the perfect size for personalized eggs, omelets, or frittatas that slide right out. It makes the best bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich quick. Yours absolutely free. We'll even ship your entire order free. That's right, free shipping. You get it all, an incredible value. Here's how to order.
To order, call 1-800-850-0237. That's 1-800-850-0237, or order online at buygranitestone.com. That's 1-800-850-0237. Call now.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and I'm here to tell you about my new product from MyPillow. Towels that actually work. Watch this absorbency test. Here's another towel that we randomly went out and bought. Here's one of my towels with the nice design. I don't know if you can see this, but you could line a swimming pool with this. I mean, this is crazy. Get rid of it. Towels that actually work. What a concept.
I really love the towels. They're really great. They're super absorbent.
Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen right now. The new MyPillow towels are exclusively made with 100% USA combed cotton with proprietary technology and with maximum absorbency. They dry you faster and are guaranteed to work. And listen to this. Use the promo code on your screen and Mike will include a second full towel set with bath towel, hand towel, and washcloth absolutely free. That's 2 MyPillow towel sets for the price of 1 in your choice of color.
I personally guarantee they're going to be the best towels you'll ever own.
Order now.
Always, always, always check your sources. That's a rule, not just for journalists, but for life in general, Tudor. You should know what your sources are and verify those. Our own Jessica Rivera is live in the Denver newsroom with some dubious news. We won't say fake news, we'll say dubious news. Jessica, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Tudor and Steve. Yes, and this story is still up for discussion. We'll have to see how it all plays out. But fall football is as American as it gets. I think you guys would agree with me. But Sunday's NFL game between the Green Bay Packers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had 2 popular broadcasters, Troy Aikman and Joe Buck, sounding anything but American, as is tradition at many American sporting events. Before the game began, U.S. military jets did a flyover, to which Aikman and Buck can be heard what many think is mocking. Take a listen.
That's a lot of jet fuel just to do a little flyover. That's your hard-earned money and your tax dollars at work. That stuff ain't happening with Kamala Biden ticket. I'll tell you that right now, partner.
Since the audio has come out, Aikman has come out saying, "I love a flyover, but it was odd to see one over a mostly empty stadium, but I am an unwavering patriot that loves this country, has always respected our flag, supported the men and women in the armed forces, as well as those in uniform who served and protect, and for anyone to suggest otherwise doesn't know me, my beliefs, or what I have stood for my entire life," end quote, with an American flag emoji. Now, Buck has not come out, but he is expected to come out tomorrow during his podcast to talk about the whole, I guess we could call it a scandal at this point. But many critics are asking, well, then why make the comment? But defenders of both Aikman and Buck are actually saying, well, you know, this is an inside job, and the reason they are saying that is because this took place on Sunday during a rehearsal, so only the team there or the group there, the production team, would know what was ever said. It didn't make it to air, it wasn't on a hot mic, and it wasn't live during the game. But just for information, so that everybody knows, the U.S. military has let us know that flyovers are used for training our military pilots and do not cost taxpayers any additional money. So Tudor and Steve, we'll have to see how this all plays out and exactly what Buck comes up with tomorrow. But back to you guys.
All right, fair enough.
Thank you, Jessica.
Uh-huh.
It is interesting because they're saying that this is costing us money, but it really is a part of training. So I guess everybody learns something. Everybody makes mistakes now and then. I'll give them a pass. This next one, maybe I won't give him a pass on this. You always have to make sure you get the full clip, Steve. So you're saying check your sources, play the full clip before you put it out there, because Vox.com's Aaron Rupar put out that, I don't know if you saw this clip of the president talking about ExxonMobil. Now, he said, I could call ExxonMobil and offer them something in return for a big campaign donation. Now, he was saying this because he said he hasn't done that. He's gotten most of his campaign donations from grassroots efforts and folks giving $20 and $30 here and there, but they spliced it so that it looked that way. Well, a lot of other people retweeted it, including Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. We have that here. She retweeted it and said, So at ExxonMobil and friends care to tell us the end of the story. Did you coordinate the $25 million? Now, in his tweet, he says quid pro quo. You know, they are saying that this was what happened with the Ukraine situation. Oh, this is a quid pro quo. Well, a lot of folks turned out to be pretty embarrassed by this, that they retweeted this. We have some other people that tweeted this out as well. Eric Swalwell, another one who tweeted this out, said it ends the way it started, a criminal presidency. Let's put one more up there. We have one more tweet out there from, this is another one. It says the conduct described by Donald Trump is a felony and punishable with prison time. Quid pro quo. Again, this was not the full clip. He was saying this is the kind of stuff I don't do. This is not how I'm getting people to donate to my campaign.
Here's the problem, Tudor. Relax. Here's the problem. Aaron RuPaul is a hack. Call a spade a spade. He is an absolute
he tricked a lot of people.
24-hour-a-day slime-dwelling hack. And I say that with all the love intended. Aaron RuPaul has never put anything credible on Twitter that I've ever seen with my eyes. It's possible. Somehow it has eluded to me. Speaking of people out there trying to deceive you, like Aaron RuPaul does all the time with Fox, Project Veritas is out there trying to get to the bottom of what's going on. And speaking about big tech, Google got nailed yesterday with an antitrust landmark lawsuit. Why is that? Well, because they play with you. They try to convince you what to do when you're not paying attention. You don't have to believe me. Believe Project Veritas. Listen to this.
The truth is that these platforms are influencing you in a way that you didn't sign up for. But that's my view. The thing that I feel worse about is that people don't know that it's happening to them.
I know.
That for me is the thing that I feel like truly sad about.
Well, because the algorithm could favor a certain political leaning, right, for the ads? Show you certain ads?
Yes. I don't think it is, because I think like it's unfair. It's common knowledge that brands and marketing and TV advertising influence you. Now, the more you see a Biden ad, the more, passionate or the more sort of leaning you're going to become Biden.
For Biden.
They're there to influence you. And they're not there to influence you in favor of Donald Trump, apparently. Tudor, I know you're shocked to learn that, because usually the social media people just clamor to help out the president, along with the mainstream media and all the others. Now you know.
Yeah, I liked it better when ads were out there to influence me just to buy tricks with marshmallows instead of just regular tricks. But now it's much more devious. Stay tuned. We'll bring you right back with more here on America's Voice Live.
Do you have any idea how your mattress affects your body and how well you sleep? Is it too hard or too soft, causing you to wake up with sore shoulders, back, or hips? Are you uncomfortable because you're too hot or too cold? Now you can get the total body support you need and the better sleep you want with the new MyPillow mattress topper.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell. When I invented my new MyPillow mattress topper, I made it to have everything you'd ever want in a topper. My mattress topper helps give you the support you need, helps relieve your pressure points, and regulates your body temperature for you as an individual. It comes with a 10-year warranty. You can wash and dry the cover. It's made in the USA, and I back it with my 60-day money-back guarantee.
Go to MyPillow.com or call now to get your very own MyPillow mattress topper. Use the promo code and Mike will give you 30% off and 2 standard MyPillows absolutely free. Order now.
MyPillow topper delivers on its promise to give me a better night's sleep.
I can sleep all night through, and it's a miracle for me.
Mike's exclusive 3-layer design starts with a layer of MyPillow foam, providing you superior support and comfort. The second layer of transitional foam evenly distributes body weight and helps relieve uncomfortable pressure points for optimal comfort. Mike's ultra-soft outer layer is a patented temperature-regulating cover that helps keep you at your ideal sleeping temperature all night long. Unlike other sleep systems costing thousands, the MyPillow mattress topper takes comfort to a whole new level without any wires, remotes, or moving parts. Call now or go to MyPillow.com to order your MyPillow topper. Use the promo code to save 30%. When you do, Mike will give you 2 of his standard MyPillows absolutely free. That's right, 2 standard MyPillows free and 30% off your MyPillow topper today. Order now.
I personally guarantee it's going to change your bed into the most comfortable bed you'll ever own.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit mypillow.com.
So Frank, you're the big hurt. Why do you need Nugenix? After 40, a guy loses free testosterone. Even me. I couldn't stay in shape like I used to.
Frank! So does Nugenix really work?
Oh yeah, my workouts are incredible now. I'm feeling stronger, more energetic, with a lot more drive.
Frank. So say I knew someone who should try Nugenix. How does he do that?
It's easy. Just send a text to get a complimentary bottle.
Frank's right. Now you can claim a complimentary bottle of award-winning Nugenix by texting BUFF to 42424. Its unique formula is powered by Testofen, a patented key ingredient clinically researched to help a man feel stronger, leaner, more energetic, and more passionate. Text BUFF to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of new Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. That's BUFF to 42424.
Well, if you haven't heard, there's a brand new suicide prevention line that'll be in place here in a couple of years because the president has signed into law a new measure making 988 a new national suicide prevention hotline. What a great idea. It comes, of course, in the middle of the pandemic when mental health has been such a concern. You've all, of course, heard about 22 suicides a day in the United States military, where the president decided to step up and say, we need to do something about this. It'll take a couple of years to put together, but obviously the pandemic has caused a mental health crisis around the world. It will change the hotline number to just 3 digits. Again, it's 988. They expect it to be operational by 2022. Meanwhile, Melania Trump, the First Lady of the United States, she's also talking about mental health and how to make kids feel better during all of this in the pandemic. Here it is.
When children are out of school, they are missing more than just time in the classroom. They're missing the laughter of their friends and the joy of recess and play. Children's mental health and social development must be as much of a priority as physical health. The same is true for parents. Many will be forced to make stressful choices between caring for their children and going back to work, and we must address those needs as well as their own mental health and well-being.
Man, she gets a hard time at what's not to like? I mean, honestly, Tudor, what's not to like? And when she goes shopping,
brush your teeth in less than 10 seconds.
Man, is that cool? And I'll brush my teeth later. Anyhow, Tudor, is something showing that I missed something? That's all. Just checking. Go ahead, Tudor. It's your turn. Can you do it? Can you do it? Here it comes.
Shoot. Why do you do that to me? He makes me laugh on TV and then I can't stop. You will not believe how many times in a break this happens. and then he's like, go ahead, go. No, it's your turn to talk. And I'm laughing hysterically, which is good because it means that we get along well most of the time. But while we're talking about censorship, I want to talk to you about bias. So, Steve, since you're such a funny guy, do you watch late night programs?
You know, I used to a lot, but I think that they've gotten so, I don't know, their jokes aren't funny, they're just mean-spirited most of the time, my opinion. You know, it's sharp elbows and jabs and, and let's be honest. Where's Sam Kinison when I need him? I'll just say that. I need Sam Kinison to really return fire, and, well, he's not here with us, that's all.
But you're right, because in September, Stephen Colbert and Jimmy Fallon made the president the punchline of their jokes 97% of the time. So 455 of their jokes were about the president as compared to 14 jokes about their Democratic rivals. So there really is a bias. And if you're watching those shows, then you're laughing at the president on the regular, if you think it's funny.
Right. Well, quite clearly. I mean, not like Joe Biden gives us any material every single day. I mean, there's nothing there. No material with Joe. Where am I? Oh, yeah, I'm running for Senate. I mean, come on.
That is the second time he said he's running for Senate. I mean, honestly, you're running for president, dude. Again, every day when you wake him up, tell him it's president. No more Senate. The Senate's
51st
over.
dates. 51st dates, Joe.
Exactly. See, you get it. Play the video so he knows what happened in the last 20 years. Yes. All right. So moving on. Chris Pratt, I don't know if you heard about this. He and all of the Avengers, they were invited to a Biden fundraiser. He said, you know what, I can't go. For some reason, we don't know why he couldn't go, but people went bananas. They're like, he's a Trump lover. We hate him. They started yelling at him. Well, his co-stars came out and they said, hey, listen, you got to be nice to him. He hasn't said he supported Trump, but here is one of the Hulk now. He says, you all, at Pratt is a solid man, as a solid man as there is. I know him personally, and instead of casting aspersions, look at him, at how he lives his life. He is not overly political as a role. This is a distraction. Now, many people came out and said that he is a great guy, and that you should not say mean things about him. I love him too, because he's such a good actor. I want to know people are good.
I agree.
Stay tuned. It's the National Pulse next.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and as you know, my passion is to help each and every one of you get the best sleep of your life. That's why I created my new Giza Dreams bed sheets. I guarantee you they'll be the most comfortable sheets you'll ever own.
With the Giza Dream Sheets, I'm getting the best sleep of my life. They are so soft and smooth. I never slept so good.
I fall asleep faster because I'm actually comfortable.
I started by using the world's best cotton called Giza. It's only grown in a region between the Sahara Desert, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Nile River. It's ultra